Hello and welcome to Guess the Div, the show where I have players guess the div. It's pretty self-explanatory. Today I'm here with Joey Lemons.
Hey, I'm Joey Lemons. I play Invite Highlander demo. I've won a few times. I do a decent bit of mentoring, so hopefully, I've seen gameplay from a lot of divs. Hopefully that gives me a little bit of an edge, but we'll see. I could just eat my words.
Hopefully. And actually, speaking of a lot of divs, not actually, this is a bit of a tangent here. I've known you since RGL Season 1. We played together and you were actually the soldier for my team.
Yep.
So, since we've known each other for such a long time, we've been friends for a while, I picked out clips, specifically I picked out clips that reminded me of you for some reason.
Okay.
So something about every single one of these reminds me of you.
Oh, wow.
Except for clip number 4, because I had to put a 4th clip in there.
Okay.
But 1, 2, 3, and 5 all remind me of you for some reason.
Okay. That's very vague. I feel like it's supposed to sound like a hint, but it's not actually gonna help.
Who knows if it helps? I don't know. But that is precisely why this first clip is soldier.
Okay.
Because when I first met you, you were a soldier main. So.
Of course. Okay, positioning seems pretty weird from both teams. I would rule this out as invites. Ooh, a nuke! Oh my god! Holy, you just killed their whole team.
That was a 7k, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
The sniper is still up though.
Okay. I mean, man, he just popped off. But like, we should watch it again.
Yeah. Here it is again.
But yeah, I'm looking at mostly like his teammates and their team. Like everyone's kind of clumped up, but they're like not really trying to take any space. The same kind of goes for the other team. Kind of just seems like they're sitting behind point because that's where their like assigned positions are, you know what I mean? So that kind of points me to thinking this is a lower div. I'm gonna say amateur.
You're going with amateur?
Yes.
Locking that in?
Yes. I might be
okay. This is the player CD in amateur.
Oh, let's go. And of course, that reminded you of me because he popped off and killed everyone. Right?
Oh yeah, no, it definitely wasn't the first jump.
Yeah, not the jump, not the.
It was the popping off and killing everyone. Obviously, yeah. Why would you think otherwise? But yeah, you ready for the second one?
Yeah.
Now this one's a bit more obvious of why it reminds me of you because it's demo.
Mm-hmm.
So.
With the cliff repush. He seems kind of alone. Which again makes me think this is probably not invite. Could still be advanced. Okay, that's pretty that would never happen.
Now you know why it reminds me of you.
Never, ever. Well, let's watch it again. I want to see his team again.
Here it is again.
Okay, so he's got his NG and main. He's peeking point. It looks like they. Oh, no, they haven't capped. He has the point still. So his team's sort of on grass and behind point. He's trying to peek. Spy. There's really, aside from the funny part of the clip, there's really not as much to go off of as the other ones. So this one's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Again,
this is a pretty small clip.
Again, he seems kind of like on his own to an extent. You know, you couldn't really see much of the other team because it looked like they just capped and they kind of backed up to get healed. So, that could be literally any div. But based on him being alone, I'm gonna say it's probably not invite or advanced, and I'm gonna say you're probably not gonna give me AM two in a row. So I'll go for main, because then that gives me a nice middle.
Going for main?
Yeah.
Okay. Locking that in?
Yeah.
This is the player Pickles in Invite.
Oh my god. Was this season?
This was preseason.
Hey, well, we're even now.
It turned out perfectly that you both
Oh my
guessed each other's
god, that is
name.
actually crazy.
Was,
I did not mean to roast.
Perfect.
Who's that spy? What team are they playing?
I don't remember. I could probably look it up, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
That is really funny though.
But yeah, no, this is such a good clip.
my bad for Ren. But we're even now, so it's chill.
We were like, yeah, the only reason this isn't amateur is because you wouldn't give me 2 AM clips in a row. Oh, that was so good. Okay, moving on. This third clip is a bit of an oddball. So, you know, heavy on product.
Okay, chatting in. Red team is mostly shooting at all the same things. This is a decent push. The classic. That's clean. Oh, is he going for the punch? Oh, didn't get to see it.
Yeah,
But
no, the clip cuts out a little bit before that.
he was going in for the punch.
Was he going in for the punch or was he setting up a forward hold? Who knows?
I don't know.
Which one?
Should watch it.
Okay, let's see it again and let's see if we can figure that out.
So. Again, it's kind of hard to make too much out of that because it's just a fairly standard push. You know, it looked like the other team might have been a little bit hurt, so they kind of backed up in a pocket and got healed while they were walking.
Yeah.
As for red team, it looked decently coordinated. I mean, Scout and Heavy were shooting the same things. Demo was a little late, but he ended up walking the same side. It looked like they had concrete before they walked, I would guess. So I would say this is probably a higher div.
Okay.
I'm gonna say advanced, I think. It's a hard one though. Yeah.
Locking that in?
Yes.
Okay. So this is actually the player Jim Bob Doohickey.
Oh.
I am.
Oh, okay. Well, good job. They had a good push.
Yeah, they had a good push there. And I do not remember if he was going in for the punch or if he was going I think he was going for the punch.
Of course.
Which is a classic Jim Bob move. Okay, and then this next one is the one that didn't remind me of you.
Okay.
This one's just its own thing. I had to get a fourth clip in there.
Yeah. Okay. We take those. Honestly, it kind of looks like something like we would do, but I don't think this is Wish. Like walking into their main like that to like get a couple of kills. Although this is kind of like Wish, like running in and trading for a 1v1. I don't think it's Wish though. Yeah, let's watch it again. I definitely want to see it one more time. It's hard. Because a lot of this is like after a fight. It's like red is leaving. Oh, their heavy was already like below their cliff when they capped. That is really interesting. Pyro's pretty alone. It's not super weird. I think it's their med that just got sniped. So maybe a scout was going for like a sack. Oh, I don't know. This one could literally be any div. Nothing super stood out as like being really telling.
Do you want to see it one more time? See.
Yeah,
if
do one
else?
more. Do one more.
Okay, here it is again.
Yeah,
Let's see if this one changes anything.
This time I noticed that they just finished an Uber too. They're behind point. So he kinda... I'm thinking it's not invite. Just because people are a little bit spread out. They ended their Uber pretty far back and he kinda chased in an area that didn't make sense to chase in.
Okay.
Right at the end. But he has... I mean, it seems like his DM is not that bad. and their team is willing to go forward to try to get some kills. So I think they're trying to play proactively to an extent. I'm gonna say main again. I think.
Okay, locking that in.
Yes.
So this is actually the player blank in invite.
Oh, seriously?
Yep.
Oh man. Okay. Well, there's 2 invite players that are now roasted being main.
We have 2 invite main players.
Yeah, I guess I should have expected that after seeing the aggression or after capping to catch out people that are stuck in. That's a little rarer in low divs.
Okay, you ready for the last one?
Yeah, I think so.
This one I saved the best for last. This one is the one that reminds me the most of you.
The most? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna get 9 kills instead of 7 this time.
This is the most Joey Lemonsite clip I could find without it actually being you. So spoilers, it's not you.
Oh. As soon as he got knocked, I already knew it was gonna happen.
Wait for it.
Oh no. Oh my god. That reminds me of the Townsy layup, where he gets bounced around the rim and fucking slam dunked into the thing. But it's not that clip, it's a different clip. Yeah, let's watch it one more time. Let's see what this team's doing.
Right, here it is again.
Scouts in there. That's a very weird gun spot. I don't think I ever see that in invite. So I'm gonna say off the bat this is not invite. The Uber through left is not particularly weird. Knocking yourself into the pit is unfortunate. I'm sure I've done similar. At least on Steel. I don't know about Swift, but I've done similar on Steel. But yeah, so I don't think it's invite. It could have been advanced. I think it's lower than advanced though. Just on, this is gonna sound kind of mean, but just on the kind of the way he's moving, and it's like a DM. It kind of looks a little bit lower to me.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I might say main for a 3rd time.
Okay.
To be honest. I think I am gonna lock it in.
Okay. Sticking with main?
Yeah.
Well,
it's gonna be newcomer or something. Or if I can invite again.
This is the player Big PP Boy 2002 in newcomer.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. That's not so surprising. But it was that was a good clip. I've definitely done things like that.
Yeah, so the reason this reminds me of you is the name Big PP Boy 2002.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's that's a given.
That's his actual name on RGL, by the way. I want to point that out.
That's a good name.
That's his actual RGL name. That's not me just picking his alias out of the log.
That's right up there with so big all my toes are big toes.
Exactly.
Oh man, those are good. I'm glad I got one completely right.
Yeah. So you ended up with 2 points.
Yeah, man, that's I don't remember the other scores, but I'm pretty sure that's not last.
It's tied for last.
Okay, well, can't win them all.
You're tied with Maxi, Yate, and now Exa.
Oh, okay. Well, I got one right. I take it. And I got revenge on Peren. I'll take that too.
You did? And blank apparently?
Yeah. Shout out Peren because it's funny. I'll shout out all my team, all the duds and all the legacy owned players. And I'll shout out you two for being right there at the start of my career.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Like, sub, all that nonsense for more of this. I'm hoping to keep making them for quite a while. Yeah, if you have clips, DM me. If you want to be on the show, DM me, whatever. My Discord's in the description. And yeah, bye everybody.